In this lesson, I'm going to do another fundamental to bassline creation, improvisation, creating basslines, creating strong basslines. And we're going to talk about transition notes. Say we're going from an A minor chord to a D major chord. It's like I just did a lesson for Cream, the Cream song called Badge. Like that. It's basically an A minor and a D chord. So that's a good example. I've talked about how you always want to hit the root on the downbeat in another lesson. We always want to start with the downbeat. So if we're starting with the downbeat on the A chord, we're going to play one bar of the A, and then we're going to go to the D chord. What is a good transition note to use? Well, first and foremost, you want to use the key, the scale of the key that you're in. If we're in A minor, we're probably going to use pentatonic minor, which is sort of the simplest version of minor that we can use. So we're going to use one of those notes in A minor to create the transition from the A chord to the D chord. And this is true of any chord transition. You want to use something in the scale. And you want to use something that, on the simplest level, approaches that next note. So if we have playing the A here, and I'm going to go to a D, what's a note just below the D? Well, there's a C in that scale, in the A minor scale. There's a C. So let's use that. Like that. That's my transition note. To the downbeat where I hit the D. A on the downbeat. Very simple. I'm just using another note in the scale. I could approach it from the top, from above it. I could go to an E, a note above it. Very simple, very easy, just using notes within the scale of the chords that you're playing. You always have to do that. And then just pick a note in the scale that is approaching the next chord, the next downbeat, from one direction or the other. That's a great way to start. Super simple, nothing to it, but will take some practice to get used to building that yourself. You have to be conscious of the scale you're playing in so that it's easy to pick a note. The idea is that transition note's going to be on the upbeat, and then the tonic of the next chord is going to be on the downbeat. You always want to keep that in mind. Now, obviously, as music gets more complicated, chords might not change on the downbeat, but I'm trying to keep things simple so that you can learn how to build bass lines very simply, and then we can add all that complexity later. So that is just a quick lesson on very simple transition notes between two chords to help you get started creating your own bass lines. Have fun with it.